Hi everyone. This video gets into how to leverage the invoke other agent functionality. And so that is in the advanced tab over here. So it's the invoke other agent functionality in Agent.ai. And before we get into what it is and how to use it, let's talk about why it's important to have this functionality. So let's say the simple thing is you're building an agent and it's doing three different things. And one way to build that agent is to basically have all those actions put into one agent and then it just runs serially. The other way to think about it is to break up that bigger task into subtasks and have separate agents for each subtask. The advantage of this approach obviously is one is you can then debug each individual subtask individually rather than let's say you now have a big agent with like 30 tasks and every time you want to know why one little piece didn't work, you have to run the whole thing. Instead, you could have a smaller master agent that then calls sub agents that go do their own thing. The other value proposition of this is that when you are, those sub agents can also execute independently. So if you did want to just execute a subtask, you now have the opportunity to just go execute the subtask. So let's take an example. Uh, let's say I want to go research an individual, and as part of that, I take an input of the name of the individual and let's say the company they work for. Using that, I want to find out their LinkedIn information. So I want to understand, stuff from their LinkedIn profile. I want to understand what they post about. I also want to then go search the web to find any news about that person. And then let's say I want to find YouTube videos that talk about the particular person. And now I could have one agent that does all four of those. Or what I could do is I could have one agent that just goes and researches YouTube, one agent that just goes and researches LinkedIn, one agent that just goes and researches news, and then I could go have a master agent that then calls all of those. So that's kind of the broad reason why you would want to use the invoke other agent functionality. Now, to kind of show you an example that I built, it's a very, very simple example. I have a master agent that takes a topic and then it calls a sub agent to go summarize that topic and another agent that goes and gets news about that particular topic and then it brings it back and summarizes it. So here, let's say I'm very interested in DeepSeek because that seems to be or let's take OpenAI operator. That's like, one of the hot topics going on. And so now what this will do is it's going to go pass that topic to one sub agent. And so now I have, just to show you the sub agents that I have one basically that takes input that is a topic, and then it basically summarizes it and returns that as an output. The other one takes the input as a topic and then goes to Google News, finds news in the last 24 hours about that particular topic, and then generates a summary. Now, what you're going to notice is I gave it a topic that the LLM has no idea about. So the summarized activity will probably return something which is not very accurate, but the news will return the latest news. And so as that is running, uh, uh, the key things to think about here obviously is how do I then build an agent and how do I pass the variables in a way that it works properly. The concept of building multiple agents you're all used to. So here, as you can look at it, the summary over here says, as of my last update, OpenAI operator does not refer to anything, right? So it has no idea. Obviously, it's a product that came out in the last couple of weeks. So the LLM has no idea. So the summary returns and says, I don't know. But then the news, which is going to the web, now comes and talks about everything about operator and like what's going on with DeepSeek and things like that. So again, so now that you understand the output, so I had one agent which did the top part, another agent that did the bottom part, and then I had a master agent that brings it together. The key then to building this master agent uh, is that how do you then call a sub agent? And so this is where the action that I'm going to show you is going to be invoke other agent. And so here, if I edit this in invoke other agent, what you do is you go select your agent. And so you click select agent, and then I'm going to go look for so these are the two agents that I built, news about a topic and summarize a topic. And so you just go search for the agent that you want to invoke. This agent could be a private agent or it could be a public agent. It doesn't have to be public. The moment you create an agent and it's private, it's immediately accessible in this. And so you could build your own set of agents that is just private to you that you could use. And so I search for topic and then it comes back. And so I wanted to, let's say, first summarize the topic. If you select it, what it does is it comes up with the ID for the agent, and then it will populate this out underscore topic underscore summary. And so if you think about it, just to show you where that is coming from, out underscore topic underscore summary is basically uh, the input that it expects, and it stores it in this value out underscore topic underscore summary. So the invoke agent, the master agent, when you're invoking a sub agent, is going to this agent's definition, picking this value out from here, and basically mapping it back um, over here, and it basically says, hey, that next agent is expecting a variable called out underscore topic underscore summary. What is that value? And then what we need to do, if you think about over here, is I need to pass the variable that I collected when somebody ran this agent, which is a topic. And so I'm just passing that in. As you know, with variable passing, it's got to be kind of the double curly braces, and then you pass it on. And then I store it in the summary from the agent. Similarly, now I'm calling this, passing that same topic to another agent, which is now this one is the news about the topic agent. And then this goes out, and then it takes, it basically says, hey, there is out underscore topic underscore news. And so if we go here, out underscore topic underscore news is the variable that it's expecting the value to be in. And so when I pass that on, it basically then maps this to that, and then that gets passed, and then I get this value back. Now, just to kind of, let's say I want to do this from scratch. So I go select agent, and I'm going to say topic. And so there is my news about a topic. When you select it, what it will do automatically is it's going to go and pull the value or the parameter from the agent saying, hey, you now need to pass this value to it. And then now I can just go insert the variable and I can say that. And then now I've mapped. So if you think about basically invoking another agent, it's almost like a Lego block. One Lego block is now, attached to another Lego block, attached to two Lego blocks, and like kind of the way it attaches is these, the parameters that are passed from here are then passed to that. And so you've got to really do the mapping of the parameters properly. If you don't do the mapping of the parameters properly, it's like your Lego blocks didn't connect, and then they kind of going to not work. And so what you're doing here is you're passing and saying, this is the value that I have. I'm going to pass it to you because I know you need that to go run. And then that says, hey, if you want to pass it to me, this is the value and the variable name that you need to pass it in. And that's that. And you're saying, okay, this is the value. So that's how invoke other agent works. Again, go try this out. It's a very, very powerful pattern because it now lets you start executing multiple agents. If you think about workers, it's like you now can assemble a team of agents that each do certain specific things, and then there's one agent that calls all of them and then collates the response. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the comment section. Thank you.